What's up, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Undrafted Views. We're here. We talk sports from the sidelines. And in this video, we're going to do a quick Lakers rant. Just a real quick one. Let's get into it.
You look, I am sick of LeBron James.
Oh, we starting off
sick of, yes, I'm starting off like that. If he's the head of the snake, I need him to put forth 1,000% effort. You can't walk around town claiming to be the king and you won't even get back on defense. And then you want to throw your hands up in the air in disgust at your teammates when they don't or they miss a. No, you're the leader.
What dog do you know gonna ask to get put out the game?
Did you see that? Talking about no. Right when they were turning the tides and could potentially win the game, you gonna ask to go sit down?
When we are fighting to move out of this round, let me tell you, the Lakers losing for me, and I get all the commentary that's been put out in the national sports arena. I get all of that. And you know what? And some of it may be valid. Yes, AD was injured. And I hate that he was. Because honestly, and I had said in the previous videos, and you guys can go check, AD was a finals championship winner. Yes, in 2020.
He was the MVP.
Excuse me. He should have been the MVP, right? Uh-huh. So he didn't make it. It was LeBron. No problem. Okay, great. And yes, AD is critical to the Lakers. Absolutely. They needed him to win. I understand that. But he got injured. And so he was unable to play. And that's fine. But when you have the king on your team, I don't care if the team still loses. What I'm going to need from the king is king-like effort and did not show up. That is what bothers me about the Lakers loss. The effort was not there. You cannot hang out. And what's so cool, and I'm watching it from the TV, and what really gets me is that all four of the Lakers are going to get in their defensive spots, and he is nowhere on the screen. Mm-mm. You mean to tell me you haven't even made it past half court?
It's terrible. I can't stand it. And Vogel and nobody on the team has enough guts to say, LeBron, I need you to get back on defense. It's 5-on-4 right now.
And the way the Suns were running circles around,
oh my God,
the Lakers, you would think that at least if you don't bring anything else, you're going to bring your effort. If you don't bring anything else, yes, sometimes shots don't fall. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes, sometimes you may do an air ball and you may hit a brick. And yes, you're going to get ate up on that too. But at the end of the day, at least make the games competitive. Mm-hmm. At least if you're going to go out because it was just one possession away. Don't get blown out. Like what? When you have,
it was hard to watch. I mean, the Lakers were down 30 points in 2 consecutive games. Now, granted, in their elimination game, they fought back from 30. I think they made it a game. They got it down to 11 or 12 points. I said, oh, okay, all right. And guess who decided to sub out? Yeah. I'm like, that is not, it's just not dog-like. It's not
in LA. Mm-mm. And not behind Kobe. Don't do that. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. When I tell you I was through.
Yep. Yeah. Let's talk about these role players on the Lakers though. Markieff Morris, Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma. Where were they?
Okay, so Lakers Nation, y'all really want Kyle Kuzma to go? Yeah. Y'all really want him to go?
Go. What? Okay. Wait. You do you think Kyle Kuzma should be traded?
I don't think so. I don't think so. The Lakers Nation believe it.
Oh, wow.
Check the comments on some of these posts. They believe that Kyle Kuzma should be traded. Yes. I don't think he should go. I just think that he's a part of the wrong Lakers. Whatever this Lakers roster is, it got to be something different. I don't think he should be traded. I still want him to be a Laker. They just need to give him his judge. I don't know. I don't like the way they treat Kyle Kuzma.
I'm telling you, when they brought in Anthony Davis, it ruined Kyle Kuzma's whole game. I don't know about his confidence so much, but he's just not getting the minutes. When it was Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, he fit into that nucleus. He does not fit in this. So I like Kyle Kuzma. I would love for him to be a Laker, but for the betterment of his career, I expect them to trade him.
That's fair.
If they care anything about, his career
and his development. Yeah, no,
Uh-huh.
I agree. I agree with. I would like for him. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Can we just talk about Montrez real quick? Why didn't they get that man his minutes? The 6th man of the year? Really? Former 6th man of the year? Why didn't they get that man his minutes?
Because Vogel does not trust his bench. And that's why Vogel needs to go too. I'm sick of these. Man, this season for the Lakers was a complete bust. I don't want to hear anything about the 72-day off season coming off of an NBA bubble championship, which people are not really considering a real championship run anyway. And I have to agree with that because look at them this year.
Right. And what's so funny about it, maybe there is something to the short rest period, because you see what happened to the Heat.
Oh, true.
Maybe there is something about it. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
When I put it in that context, then I am a little bit more accepting of the idea that the short rest period had an impact on these teams, i.e. the Lakers and the Heat. When I think about it combined, if I think about the Lakers only, I'm like, no, because you got the king. No way. Not when you have LeBron James. Are you serious? But then when I think about who they played against in the bubble, and it was the Heat, and the Heat had their quick demise in round one, then I'm like, maybe there is something to. Now, granted, he was injured. Granted, they had injuries, but guess what? A lot of teams had injuries.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams.
I don't care. I don't care about the short and off season because you know what? These guys are paid to play basketball. Yeah. Who do you know in the regular sector get a 72-day vacation?
Nobody.
I know. And you still got to come to work and perform. No, it's just not an excuse for me.
And I understand that the game is very strenuous. It is hard to play basketball. I understand the taxing that it has on a body. I understand all of that. Even with all that being said, hopefully your mental, your effort is in the game, right? So if your body, for some reason, because of a short resting period, because of an injury, what I'm looking for is your effort. That is what bothers me most about the Lakers not being able to make it out of round one, is the lack of effort from the leader of the team all the way down to the last person on the roster. That is my problem. And the moment in game 5, they put in the end of the bench, I was done. I said, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, Jared.
Nobody is in the game that are the starting 5 trying to at least cut the lead. I mean, like, where is that? We're not talking about a regular season game and, this game is over, we're going to go rest our stars. No, we're talking about a playoff game that you could potentially win. I don't care if you are still, 5-10 points behind. Can you at least drill it down to 3? Like, do you have to go out in that fashion? I can't. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. I didn't have the Lakers coming out of that series, but I did have them at least making it competitive.
At least that. Mm-hmm. At least that. And yes, I do agree that if AD was playing, it would be a different outcome. I'm on board with that. And yes, I do believe that if AD was playing, and I'm going to say it again, because what I do know is that LeBron James did play. And the only thing that really bothers me about his play in round 1 of the 2021 NBA round 1 is the fact that I didn't see the effort. That is what was missing for me.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of standing around and a lot of blaming and complaining to the referees. It's safe to say that we are seeing his decline.
Okay. Now, see, there you go. Now, decline.
Yes. LeBron will be 37 this year in December.
Yeah.
It's natural. I don't care how much money you put into training. You're getting older and your body is not going to perform.
I guess it is also safe to say that his shift in being dominant to the basket is now turned into, I'm going to share the ball. Let's just call it what it is. I'm going to get others involved. Let me help facilitate. Now, he may have done that his whole entire career, but it's more prevalent now.
Yeah.
And so I believe what's happening, and this is just my opinion, right, is that he is shifting his play to play still a little bit longer. And he should, if that's what he wants to do, but it's changing his narrative about who he is as a player. Because I know for a fact he doesn't want to end his career on this note.
I know.
I hope not. So
he's talking about running it back with a healthy squad.
Oh, It won't be this one. Oh, they have to blow up the existing Lakers roster.
So okay. All right. So who do you think should stay? Who are non-negotiable? Absolutely need to be on the team next year.
Tucker, for sure. They need to figure out a way to build the roster. He needs to be part of some immediate 6-man that they may be trying to push him for, if they want to do that for next season, or part of a starting lineup. The youth is what's needed on that starting lineup. Some type of youth. So I would say Tucker should stay. I want Montrez to run it back one more time. Please keep Kuzma. If you figure out a way to utilize him as a part of your starting lineup, give Kuz his time. He is a great player, but he's going to be wither away on the Lakers bench. Like what? So I would say those 3 for me, because I like to see what that looks like. But I don't know if they would fit under LeBron James. And so what do you say?
Yeah, that's the problem. You know, LeBron has to stay because they invested too much money in him. Anthony Davis has to stay also in, gosh, I think those are the only 2.
Really?
Maybe Dennis Schroeder. Maybe. Everybody else,
Yeah.
Even Trez, because I didn't see the happiness in his eyes this year. He's just not. I don't think he's happy with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's not what he thought it would be. And
not the
now
way
that they've been eliminated, all of that was for nothing.
Oh man, it's really, really sad. So who should they have to keep those 2. So that's why I didn't mention them. But who else should they keep?
Dennis Schroeder, maybe. Dennis Schroeder.
Really?
Kyle Kuzma needs a different opportunity. And Frank Vogel.
Fair.
Frank Vogel's on a cutting block.
That's fair. I read somewhere where Dudley was like, if they want me back, 1,000%.
Jared Dudley, go somewhere and rest your MCL. Like, really?
Who wants to come to the Lakers? Who?
A lot of people don't want to play with LeBron.
I've been also reading where they talked about Kyle Lowry.
He's old too. You need youth.
Yeah,
Lowry got a good 1, maybe 2 years. And LeBron's on the decline. And then Anthony Davis he's just always injured. And I really hate that they put so much money in him.
Man.
Because he basically gooped them. But that's been his track record his entire career. I don't know why we're surprised.
Yes.
This is the Anthony Davis that we've always known. It's nothing
but
new.
You always wanted to be different, right? And you hope that this year is the difference. And I really, really hate that he became injured this season. I really do. I really did. But again, that's why you have a roster of maybe 17. And that's why you try to spread the wealth to get a lot of great players, and you bring depth into your roster. That's why teams do that. That's why they do it. For situations like what happened. Like that's why. And when you don't set your roster up to help combat that and make sure people are ready if necessary, then this is what we have.
But how can they be ready when you don't trust them throughout the whole season? And now you throw me into a playoff game with 2 minutes left in the game and we're down by 26. Like, what do you expect from me? I got to work out these kinks, It's just not fair. It's not fair when the coaches put all of the players on ice and just focus on maybe 3 or 4 core players. And that's it. I just don't like it.
And does it happen because in this case, the Lakers were so far down in the standing to begin with? I think you have a little bit more leeway to play with your roster throughout the regular season when your team is pretty high up in the standing, because you want to maintain your positioning, right? So when you start to decline, then you're stuck with your core 7 that you rotate. And then the other players, as we're seeing right now, didn't get any chance to do anything. So you don't know what they have. You expect to see what you see in practice is not what you'll see on the court. It's 2 different games.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Lakers.
Yeah, they look bad. You guys drop down in the comments and let us know what you think the Lakers need to do to be successful next season. And if you think that Frank Vogel is the problem.
Oh, hey, it's just a discussion.
It's just a discussion. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap up this video. Make sure you drop down, talk to us, and we will see you guys on the next one. But until then,
peace.
Peace, y'all.